Guys, what's going on? It's your boy Chino, right back at it, guys. Um, I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know, man, if you're ever, you know, in that position in life where you feel stuck, you feel like, people have it out for you, you're just surrounded by negativity and don't know what to do, don't know where to go. I just want you to know that I'm here if you ever need to talk to anybody. You know, my door is wide open. And I'll be more than happy to, sit down and talk to you guys. I would like to have open discussions because I come from a place where, I shelter myself, confine myself because, I'm afraid and I live in fear of judgment of what people are going to say. And I'm on a daily basis, struggling, walking that fine line between, being, positive, pushing myself forward, or pushing myself back. And I think, these are human issues that we all deal with, you know, our own flaws. We are different, but we have, you know, the same flawed tendencies in certain ways. And, at our core, we're all human, man. We're all the same. Uh, and I'm just here to represent people who made a lot of mistakes. I'm just like, listen, guys, I'm just a very flawed man who's made a lot of mistakes, who's had a lot of ups and a lot of downs, a lot of success, a lot of failures. Um, but the point I'm trying to make is, we can always push forward and learn from our mistakes, and that's all we can do um, to push forward and have a positive impact on the world. And I think that's where, you know, I have had clarity in my life is when, I hit rock bottom, man. And I just came to a realization that, okay, if I keep going down this path of negativity, of being victimized, of, sitting and drowning in self pity, there's people that's going to sit there too. They're going to feed off of it too because everything you do, whether you realize or not, it impacts people. So you can either sit here, man, you can impact people for the negative, or you can impact people for the positive. And I just try, I know I can impact people negative at times, even when I think, I'm positive, but that's where accountability comes in play. I need accountability. I used to, neglect these things, but, this is it's a very important thing that I need in my life because I want to grow. I want people to tell me when I'm wrong. So like matter of fact, I talked to my brother and some friends and they're saying, hey, maybe you should, fix this or switch this up because that wasn't right. I'm like, oh, okay. If it's if it's not if I will I will take your advice, gladly take your advice as long as it's not presented ignorantly. And I'm all for you know for positive change, and like I want to live a meaningful, impactful life. And a problem I seem to continue to um run into is putting myself around people that just, draws me into that pool of negativity around, just bad, vibes, um, bad situations. And what we all need to realize, man, is we need to take accountability of every single thing we do. It's not nobody is judging you. Let me rephrase this because people are awful, man. There's terrible evil in this world, but you have to realize that you have to. I don't like pointing or singling people out. I say we because I do the same thing myself. All right, we have to take accountability of our actions. We have to take accountability for what we do, how we move forward. It's not about the mistakes we make, but how we grow from them, how we evolve and change, you know, the things we do so we can improve. And that's all we can, ever do in our life. But it's so easy to get drawn into negative people, that don't want change. They want to, you know, stick. They want to sit in their little rut and their, you know, in their pity, and it's not a good thing, man. Like I've, been there. I've done a lot of, wrongs. I've, made a lot of mistakes. But if you keep sitting around these people, they're going to just pull you deeper in that pool of toxicity, negativity, all of these things, man. And it's not a good way to live. It's just, it's not fulfilling our potential because every single person, every single human that's walking this earth has the potential for good and has the potential for evil, man. We have the choice of how we want to represent ourselves for the future that comes ahead, for our family. How do we want our family to see us? How do we want, our future family, how do we want our children, if we have children? Some don't, you know. I leave the door open, but I'm very, but I'm still young. I'm still, everybody has room for improvement, and I understand that. And I'm just in a situation where I've come, to a point in my life where I've gone through so many life experiences that, I got to a point where I felt like I knew everything. My ego, was through the roof. I was so prideful, you know, and I got to a point where I'm like, man, something's got to change because it's not everybody else that's the problem. Because I used to think, man, like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, when I'm not. I did a lot of wrongs. I made a lot of mistakes, but I thought that I was, better when I wasn't. When other people, were right, I would neglect that and, want my ego would, pretty much take control. And that's where I was at wrong. And that's where I see, a lot of people, struggle with because, it takes somebody who's been, through certain situations that I have to that can understand, people on another level. And that's anybody in life, the more pain, the more heartbreak you go through, at the end, you can use it for good, or you can use it, you can take it and let it defeat you. But if you take it and use it to push you forward, to use that towards, a positive path, then that is, the most significant thing that we can do as humans that walk this life, that, that struggle to, to find out, who we are, what's our purpose. Everybody, needs a purpose, or you'll just feel lost. Like, I've felt lost, for several years of my life, and it was my fault, and I have to take ownership of that. And a lot of us, we're afraid to take ownership, or I think it's more, in my case, and what I see, a lot of people bring up good points, because they are good points, that it's very hard when when you're just around people on a daily basis, where okay, you can decide to change your atmosphere, your surroundings of people. But when you're, the point is, you don't have to work a job you don't like. But I was the type of person that I felt, tied, felt obligated, felt like, okay, this is my responsibility. When in fact, it didn't have to be. I could have put myself in a better situation where, where I didn't have to, be around negative people. But I think we all, face these trials in our life. But ultimately, it's up to us to pave the path for the future that we want to live, the future that we want to surround ourselves, and the people that we want to be a part of our journey. And that's why I'm going to leave this video here, guys. But as always, man, if you like my video, or you have any comments or questions, please leave me a comment, like the video, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content or want to know more about me. My videos are on my page, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and till next time, peace out.